I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
he's
going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather was definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently shared his thoughts on a potential dream fight between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He acknowledged Mayweather as one of the most brilliant boxers the sport has ever seen, reminding fans of the dominance he displayed during his prime years. Rogan pointed out that many people tend to underestimate just how much Floyd achieved against top-level competition. When weighing him up against Crawford, Rogan admitted it would be an incredibly tough contest. Still, he emphasized that Mayweather's defensive genius and unmatched ring intelligence would make him one of the hardest fighters to defeat, even for someone as gifted as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Analysts have been quick to recognize Floyd Mayweather's legendary Hall of Fame career, reminding fans that his accomplishments inside the ring remain unmatched. At the same time, they praise Terence Crawford, who many now consider the current pound-for-pound king of boxing. Both fighters share a unique link. Each dismantled Canelo Alvarez during their respective eras. The challenge, however, lies in comparing them. Mayweather and Crawford dominated in completely different ways, making it nearly impossible to pick a clear winner. In truth, both represent the very peak of boxing greatness, each carving out their own legacy in unforgettable fashion.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this, and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The fact remains is this: they both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion, and styles make fights. Right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez. Period. Point blank and period.
Promoter Bob Arum shared his take on the dream matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. In his view, Crawford would come out on top, even if the fight happened during Floyd's prime. Arum explained that Crawford's rare combination of adaptability, speed, and high ring IQ sets him apart in today's boxing landscape. He argued that Crawford's ability to adjust to any style would ultimately give him the edge, even against a defensive genius like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins the fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen, and the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett broke down why Canelo Alvarez himself acknowledged that Terence Crawford's win carried more weight than Floyd Mayweather's. Hackett pointed out that when Mayweather faced Canelo, the Mexican star was still young, developing, and not yet at his full potential. In contrast, by the time Crawford fought him, Canelo was a polished, experienced champion with years of dominance behind him. That's why, according to Hackett, Canelo viewed Crawford's victory as more meaningful. It came against the best and most complete version of himself.
Is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on this statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he's capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying. I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion who had the rare experience of facing both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, shared unique insight into what separated the two. From his first-hand perspective, Mosley explained that Mayweather's timing, ability to read opponents, and control of the ring were on a different level. No matter how much pressure he faced or how strong his opponents were, Floyd always had the intelligence and adaptability to shut them down with accuracy. Mosley acknowledged Canelo's power and skill, but emphasized that he lacked Floyd's unmatched ability to set the pace and direction of a fight. Having been in the ring with both men, Mosley concluded that Mayweather simply operated at a higher level, proving himself to be the more complete and dominant fighter.
He did everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and placed the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well.
Another angle focused on how boxing greatness moves across generations. Floyd Mayweather is rightly regarded as one of the sport's all-time legends, but the claim is that if he were matched against Terence Crawford today, Crawford would have the edge. The reasoning is rooted in timing. Mayweather already defined his own era, while Crawford is now the fighter setting the standard in this one. Each generation crowns its own standout, and in the current landscape, Crawford is viewed as the man carrying that mantle of dominance.
He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore conversations.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one of the GOATs.
Joe Rogan highlighted Floyd Mayweather's greatness not just inside the ropes, but in the way he carried himself outside of them. He noted how Mayweather managed to stay at the top of his game, despite the distractions that come with wealth, fame, and constant attention. While many fighters lose focus or let their ego interfere, Floyd's discipline and consistency kept him sharp throughout his career. Rogan admitted that a prime Mayweather against Terence Crawford would be the ultimate test, a clash that would measure Crawford's greatness against the incredibly high standard Mayweather set.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
Trainer Abel Sanchez shared his view on Terence Crawford's standing in the sport today. He explained that Crawford isn't just a champion because of the belts he's collected, but because of the level of competition he has consistently conquered, and the way he's done it so convincingly. Sanchez stressed that Crawford's rise to global superstardom is fully earned, and that his dominance against elite opposition secures his place among the very best of this era.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, who has trained Terence Crawford for years, made it clear after the latest win that there's no doubt about who sits at the top of today's boxing scene. He firmly stated that Crawford stands as the best fighter of this generation, citing his skill set, his success across several weight classes, and his track record of overcoming every opponent placed in front of him. In Bomac's eyes, Crawford has already accomplished everything necessary to be recognized as the defining figure of this era.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so...
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo is not my responsibility.
Okay.
Rob Aosta was quick to admit that after witnessing Crawford's latest showing, he'll never question him again. He pointed out how Crawford has built a reputation for silencing critics, no matter how tough the opponent is. Time and again, when many expect him to falter, Crawford instead delivers a performance filled with skill and control. Aosta's reaction echoed the wider feeling in the boxing world that Crawford has earned lasting respect as one of the sport's most reliable and dominant champions.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did, and not only did he pull it off, he did it. He's phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terence deserves full credit for his abilities, for his IQ, Bomac for his coaching. And, you know, Bomac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bomac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Terence Crawford has also shared his own view on the fantasy matchup with Floyd Mayweather. Speaking with confidence, he claimed that even if the fight had taken place during Mayweather's prime years, he believes he would have come out victorious. The statement reflects Crawford's unwavering self-belief and fierce competitive nature, the same qualities that have carried him to the top of the sport. While fans will continue to debate who would truly win, Crawford's confidence makes clear how firmly he sees himself among boxing's all-time greats.
Yo, yeah, so he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Andre Ward, a former champion and longtime friend of Terence Crawford, offered his perspective with the insight of someone who has experienced the highest levels of the sport. Rather than urging Crawford to seek more mega fights or hypothetical showdowns, Ward suggested that this could be the ideal time to step away from boxing. In his view, Crawford has already proven everything that needs to be proven, climbing through divisions, beating world-class opponents, and producing performances that will be remembered for years. Ward pointed out that leaving the sport while still at the peak would allow Crawford's legacy to remain untarnished. Too often, he explained, great fighters hang on too long, chasing money or validation, only to damage their reputations with unnecessary defeats. Ward expressed that he doesn't want the same for Crawford. To him, the greatest way to protect Crawford's legacy is to retire while unmatched, admired, and forever respected.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimal fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a question.
It's the perfect send-off.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for more coming soon.